Welcome into the Gulf South Conference Volleyball Championships right here on Flo College in Pensacola, Florida, on the beautiful campus of the University of West Florida. Josh Dorman alongside Kara Rogers here to bring all of the quarterfinal action to you this afternoon/evening. And we do welcome you in as we are about to get the starting lineups, the national anthem, and we will be ready to go with quarterfinal number one featuring the University of Montevallo and Lee University. Montevallo defeated Mississippi College to get here in that 5-8 matchup. That was 3-0, 25-21, 25-21, and 25-14. And Lee University had the bye to get to the quarterfinals directly. Mentioned Kara Rogers alongside, and Kara, as we look at matchup number one here in the quarterfinals, what do you expect out of this one as we're going to rise for the national anthem and pause, and then we'll get Kara's thoughts? So we have honored the Stars and Stripes, and we are not far from the first serve of this contest. And Kara, as you think about Lee and Montevallo coming into this contest, to whose advantage is it? Lee had a bye all the way to this point. Montevallo got to play earlier in the week, defending Mississippi College. Is that going to play a role here this afternoon?
You know, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Coach Walter of UWF said these teams are mirror images of each other. They both run 6-2s. It's very highly competitive. They match up extremely well. So I think for this afternoon, we're going to have a pretty tough match as these two teams battle it out to advance to the next round of this tournament.
The winner, you mentioned Coach Walter, the winner of this matchup would actually play the University of West Florida tomorrow in the semifinals. These two did meet twice, obviously, as conference opponents in the regular season, with Lee Montevallo, winning the first matchup on September 27th, and then Montevallo coming back and losing the second matchup, Lee taking that one. So they split 3-1 and 3-0 in those matchups, and we'll see. We've talked about Montevallo has won 4 in a row coming in. And they've been playing extraordinarily well and really led by their middle, their blocks, the middle game, and that's going to be what's really – that and their service is going to be at the forefront here for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great strategy for any of these teams. You have to establish the middle to, disperse the ball and confuse the defense. And so both teams' ability to pass well and get their middles involved is going to have a huge impact on this match. Lee head coach Krista Fobb mentioned that her team tends to struggle at the start of the matches. It's been kind of a roller coaster season, lots of highs and lots of lows. So we'll see if they can take this match with a different start and come out strong instead of have to battling back from behind.
You mentioned Coach Fobb. She's in her third season at Lee University, 52 and 44 overall in her time at Lee. And on the other side for Montevallo, their head coach is Haven O'Quinn, also in her third year as head coach of the Montevallo roster. So we are hearing all the lineups as is customary in volleyball. They don't just introduce the starters, they introduce the entire roster. Mentioned that the winner of this contest will face off against the University of West Florida tomorrow. A few notes, all GSC honors represented on both sides, starting with Lee University. They had 3 on the second team, led by Estefani Rabbit. She was second in the GSC in total blocks and had the most solo blocks, and that goes to the middle that you were talking about and her impact potentially on this matchup.
Yeah, she's top 12 in the nation for total blocks and top 12 in solo blocks in the country. Gets it done. Sophia Lippert leads Lady Flames in kills with 220. Also is second team all GSC, and this is the second straight season she's done that. And then also for the second team all GSC for Lee University is Sarah Palumbo. And she is the second in GSC in service aces. She's also 45th in the country. So lots of recognition there as you look at the Lady Flames. They're on the Gulf South Conference. So it's going to come down to the middle, some aces, the pins on each side. Who is going to win what is going to be the rubber match, match 3 between these two, and it will give them the ability to move on in the Gulf South Conference. The teams will shake hands under the net, as is customary as well, and we're going to get things started. Once again, Josh Dorman alongside Kara Rogers right here on Flow College. This is the Gulf South Conference Volleyball Championships, and boy, you can start to sense it wrapping up. We'll have another match after this. I'm sure the arena will start getting louder, but as a former collegiate coach yourself, like, what's this moment like? Yeah, there's just a lot of nerves, to be honest. You make it to this point, and anything can happen in these type of games. Truthfully, the coaches are a little nervous. The players have that nervous excitement energy. You're just waiting for that ball to get in your hands so you can move the energy and put it all out on the court. It's an exciting time to finish out your season and make it this far.
So here we go. Montevallo is led by Danielle Green. She actually is a first team all Gulf South Conference award winner, and Ava Wynn was on the second team for Montevallo. So we're going to get things started here as both teams are doing the customary. One of the things I love about volleyball is they have all the unique handshakes. Mm-hmm. Like each of them have a different handshake, or there's always a lot of high-fiving. I love the chemistry and connection that creates.
Yeah, after every point, the teammates always exchange energy and then just move on to the next play. So they're switching out the libero, getting ready for first serve as the refs are checking the lineups here.
Gulf South Conference Volleyball Championship action about to get underway. And our first server will be Bara Soiler, 5'11 junior. She's out of Turkey. Came a long way to get to Lee University and represent the Flames in the Gulf South Conference. They're with the middle, off the middle block that we've talked about. And that'll be point number 1 for Montevallo.
Yeah, that's Danielle Green with the kill out of the middle.
Liza Terrell will serve first for Montevallo. And boy, a big-time response by Estefani Rabbit right there in the middle. We mentioned her second team all GSC, and talk about the importance of the set for that middle hit and the quickness of that set.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be a perfect set. It requires a perfect ball, and if you don't get that set just right, the timing is off between the middle and the setter.
Right side, the lefty, and that's going to be in the net. So another point goes in favor of the Flames. That's going to be deep, so a service error.
He ties it up at 2 here.
That's Sarah Palumbo, the sophomore. We mentioned her, also a Gulf South Conference second team member, and knotted up at 2 is Ava Wynn. Another one of those second team all conference winners. Oh, nice job on the left side. They call the outside the pins. Pin it in, and when you have both, it's a great combination to have the outside and middle.
Yeah, the hitter just hit right over the block. The defense was in a rotational defense and left the middle of the court open. That's where they struggled to make that play.
So it's 3-2 now in favor of Lee. And that is going to be an ace, a service winner from Estefani Rabbit.
I mean, you can't plan those ones that hit the tape. They're really hard to get to.
Hard to handle.
Yep.
So not only can she block it in the middle and hit in the middle, but she can also serve it well.
Yeah, she's got a real aggressive, tough floater there. That one floated a little deep off the hands of the passer.
Flames out to a 5-2 lead. They had a bye all the way in here to the quarterfinals. Defeated Valdosta State to get that 4th seed in the final regular season match, and that's going to be wide. So a service error after a couple really nice serves for Estefani Rabbit, and it is 5-3, the Flames lead. Delaney Sisson now, the 5'5 senior, will serve for Montevallo. Left side, and boy, that was a great combination between Elise Hansen and Maymay Beatty. On the block for Montevallo, it's 5-4. Left side, the southpaw. Boy, when you have a big hitter on the right side coming from the left hand, that's pretty potent.
Yeah, that was an incredible contact right into the open court. She went 1-to-1 on the swing, and she succeeded.
Is that a situation where you coach it a lot cross court because you don't hit across your body down the line? Is there a tendency for a left-handed player to go cross court?
I mean, players can really choose based on the position of the ball if they want to take it cross or down the line. The best thing that a hitter could ever dream for is a one-on-one. Not going up against a double block. You have a high success rate of putting that ball away. So that's a good job by the setter to have created the opportunity.
It's 6-5 now. Montevallo fought back now to being down 1, and serving is Maymay Beatty, 5'10 freshman out of Mountain Brook High School. Float serve. Middle hit, well done, as that kill was by Nicole Antova. A 6-foot sophomore out of Bulgaria. Love the international feel that we have here on the court this afternoon. I couldn't see the number. Her hair was blocking it. I do believe that was Ava Wind. Correction. No, that was Maggie McCauley, correct?
It's Burr. Michaela Burr.
Michaela Burr.
Yeah.
And that one's right back into the net, so give one and give one back. 8-6, Lee leads it. And the libero now to serve for the Flames. Izzy Denton, 5'3 senior out of Katy, Texas.
Yeah, that's the way to put a ball away. When you take that ball as a hitter off the hands of the block, there's nothing that can be done. That's the best swing on the volleyball court. So.
That was Eliza Terrell going off the block. And now to serve is Blakely Robbins, sophomore out of Daphne, Alabama. Bayside Academy. Ann Schilling, legendary high school coach, was her high school coach. And Robbins' serve floats, well handled. Middle set is put away really nicely. Talk about the importance. Boy, I tell you, the setter is, to give it a sports reference, it's the point guard in basketball, it's the quarterback in football. They really make everything go.
Yeah. they get to decide all the shots, and then it's just their job to, put a ball up that the player can work with.
That ball hit either the goal or the speaker or the rafters.
Yeah, hit something up. I think it was a rafter.
If you're the setter for Montevallo, you certainly want to put it on the hands of Danielle Green, their first team Gulf South Conference player. It's 9-8. Lee University leads it. Two teams that split in the regular season. Barra Sawyer on the serve. Green, nice control. Tied up at 9.
Yeah, they're smart to feed Green. Typically, you don't want to run the middle right on service receive, but she's right now just jumping, tipping, like over the block on the timing of everything. So I bet you they keep feeding the ball to her.
That ball is out. And Montevallo takes their first lead now since they were up 1-0 to begin the contest, now leading 10-9. That's out. Looks like Lee was asking for a tip. Deflection, they did not get it, so it's 11-9 now. Montevallo leads it.
That set, Estefani Rabbit did a good job because the set was entirely too low for her. She was able to get it over, I think, with her forearm, not quite even her hand, but she made it work, and her team closed the gap 10-11 here.
Making something out of nothing.
That's what it was.
This is Sarah Palumbo, set to serve. Somehow Green managed to keep that ball alive. There's the lefty again off the block, and another kill off of Sophia Lippert's left hand. And now we are back knotted at 11. Nice dig by the aforementioned Lippert. And Robbins tries to go with a quick, sneaky set over the top. Didn't quite work for her that time.
Yeah, not necessarily a bad idea. We haven't really seen any of the setters establish that dump yet in the match. So good effort, just not quite executed well.
Mentioned Lippert earlier. She leads the Lee University team coming into this one with 220 kills on the season. Robbins continues to feed McCauley on that right side. And McCauley doing a wonderful job, not necessarily using a lot of power, but really good with her placement.
Yeah.
Ava Wind on the serve. Oh, Estefani Rabbit says, I'm going to give you power and placement.
Yeah. Estefani Rabbit's making it happen, but those balls are still a little bit too low for the connection. She's keeping it in. That's a good job by her. I think if the set was a little bit higher, that ball would be not a chance.
She leads the team in points, 313.5 on the year. Look at the ability to serve. We talked about that earlier. It's a terrific combination of being able to play the middle, both from a blocking presence and hitting presence, and then to go back and be able to serve it as well in this 6-2 formation is a huge benefit for Lee University. Another good serve.
Yeah.
McCauley on the right side and puts it away. Much needed point by the Falcons after taking a lead 11-10. They had given up a 2-point lead, so now they crawl back. It's 14-13, and this is what you would expect out of these two teams who split in the regular season. You knew coming in it was going to be a close matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the way this match is going to go. Back and forth, lead changes, and we're seeing it happen as we speak.
Delaney Sisson on the serve for Montevallo. Quick set, and boy, put away nicely and very quickly. It seemed as though that happened fast off of Jordan Butler's hand. Almost seems like she was able to carry it to some degree and push it down.
Yeah, she made it look smooth. The refs didn't think it was an infraction, so point for Lee as they lead 15-13.
Sydney Sharp on the serve. Oh, what a dig. Excellent effort. What do we have? Okay, that's going to be double contact. And that's going to be point to Lee, 16-13. And Sydney Sharp will serve it once again. 5'9" freshman out of Tennessee, the Baylor school. Saw a neat height video for them and I believe the McCaw school out of that area as well for their football contest. Those two high schools are rivals. So it was really well done.
Cool.
Really cool. Both of them had these height videos that were awesome. 16-14, Lee leads it. May Beatty back to serve for Montevallo. Oh, left side into the block, called out. So excellent block set on the right side is blocked out. 16-15 Lee. And that's the difference you were talking about earlier, being able to go one-on-one as opposed to a double block.
Yeah. Lee really had that block and looking pretty good. How Montevallo told that is beyond me.
Both teams in a little rhythm here. And that block landed in, and that was the same combination on the block of Butler and Naomi Hockless.
They said, fool me once, but you're not going to get me twice. They got her the second time.
Yes, they did. The same two young ladies. This time it goes in, and it's 17-15. Lee University leads it. You are watching the Gulf South Conference Championships, volleyball style, here on the campus of University of West Florida. Quarterfinal number 1, Lee University and the University of Montevallo. Left side tip, handled nicely. And there's a power off the tip. And this might be danger zone if you're Montevallo, now down 3 here in this first set. 18-15. Josh Norman alongside Kara Rogers. Left side, nice roll placement. And Montevallo with a much-needed point. Not only did they get the point, but it also gives them the ability to rotate Danielle Green back into the contest and get her to the net. Elise Hansen now to serve. 6'2" junior out of Kennesaw, Georgia. And that's going to go Montevallo's way, so it's a seesaw battle. Couple points here, couple points there. Hansen back to serve once again for Montevallo.
It's a fine line between a perfect pass and a pass being a little too tight. That last ball was just a little too tight for Lee to handle.
Nice serve. Really good ball from the back row. That was a very nicely played ball. I believe that's Jessie Reese that off of the pass was able to put it to that left side, and it's 19-17 Lee. Their libero, Izzy Denton, now back to serve. Right side. Oh, there's the power from the right side. Katie Wilkerson, 5'9" sophomore out of Beauregard High School in Alabama, rips it. 19-18. Blakely Robbins back to serve. There's another low set. You've been talking about the timing on that to Estefani Rabbit, and that was another example. It's too low for her.
Yep, right now the setters hadn't quite found the touch between her and Rabbit. On the flip side, Montevallo is connecting extremely well with their middle, putting the ball up nice and high for her to hit over the block.
Robbins now serving it at 19-19. Right side, boy, what a dig by Robbins. There's another one. Back up, Robbins sets it, and that ball is blocked back down. This time, the blocks leader we talked about, Estefani Rabbit, in the mix.
Yeah, for a half second there, I was like, she's late on that block. She's not going to get there, and she just did this little half jump, put the hands over, and she got the ball. That was really cool.
She combined with Peyton Danley. That was 6 foot and 6'3", combining for that block.
No small block to hit around as an outside hitter.
Lee retakes the lead. Back to service. Robbins finds Green. Oh, they were yelling out. Play on. Right side tip. Oh, what an effort by the libero Izzy Denton. Could not get to it.
She had some incredible digs in that rally. She just came up a little short. That was awesome effort there by the libero. We're tied 20-20.
If this is an indicator of how the rest of the championships will go, it's going to be a fun weekend on the campus of the University of West Florida. Maybe not for those who are working all these events, as they also are hosting a football playoff game. They've got both soccer teams in the playoffs at home. So it's a busy weekend for the staff here at West Florida, as Lee now leads it 21-20. And that's going to be a timeout. We're going to take it with them. It's 21-20 Lee here in game one of the quarterfinals. Don't go anywhere. More from the Gulf South Conference Volleyball Championships here on Flow College.
Caldwell Architects brings creative and thoughtful design solutions to the conception and development of every project. As active members of our community, we understand the important role that buildings and spaces play and the people whose lives are impacted by every project we do. Caldwell Architects delivers state-of-the-art, efficient, and effective designs to solve real-world challenges. Let us help make your vision a success.
And welcome back in. Gulf South Conference Championships, volleyball style, right here on Flow College. And during the break, there was an adjustment to the score. It was actually supposed to be 21-20. Montevallo leads it. So they will take the lead as Eliza Terrell will serve in a very, very close match in all areas, statistically and on the scoreboard. Oh, what at the power right there.
I mean, that was just set up perfectly.
That was Sarah Palumbo on the kill.
Amazing pass. The middle pulled the block, and they shot it back to the right side, one-on-one. She's on fire over there on the right side.
Palumbo puts it away, and now she's going to go back and serve. Tied at 21. McCorley from that right side continues to work the proper angles, even though she's not hitting it with a tremendous amount of power. She's been very effective over from that right side. Ava Wynn serving for Montevallo, who now lead by 1, and a free ball. Middle off the block, and a 2-point advantage now. 2 points away from set number 1 is the University of Montevallo. And that's going to bring a timeout from Lee University. We'll be back with more Gulf South Conference Volleyball Championships right here on Flow College.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
And we welcome you back in to the field house on the campus of the University of West Florida as Montevallo leads at 23-21. Series that dates back to October of 1993. The first time these two teams met. Somehow that ball missed the rafters, or maybe it did not.
They're calling Montevallo in the net on that play, I think, or what was the call?
It looked like he said it was 4 hits.
Was it 4? Okay.
4 touches, so 23-22. Lee leads it. During that span of over 30 years, these teams have only met a total of 20 times, however. Oh, look at there. They set the wrong person.
You know, Lee couldn't be in a better position at the end of this game to have a Stefani Rabbit as the server. She's given the passers on serve receive the most trouble so far out of this game, so they're in a good position right here.
That was Jordan Butler on the finish. We're going to keep it here during this timeout and talk about the late set strategies that these coaches may be working through as they're thinking about rotations. And you talked about Estefani Rabbit being in the center, now moving to that service position. You've got Butler in the middle. How important is that as you're working through rotations late game? Obviously, you want certain things in certain places.
You know, at the end of the game, your defense is going to win. So behind a Stefani Rabbit, Lee's really going to need to put a pretty solid block up and really work hard to defend that serve. So we'll see if Montevallo can give their team the pass to kind of establish a little bit of trickery. You know, when you've got a good pass, it gets really difficult to defend because you do not know where that setter is going to place the ball.
That last kill by Jordan Butler was her second of the first set. Danielle Green leads the first set in kills with 5 for Montevallo. Back serving has been a very effective Estefani Rabbit for Lee University. Tied at 23. Set number 1 here of quarterfinal matchup. Right side to McCorley. She goes with a little more power, but what a dig by Rabbit. Oh, and the block. A single one-on-one block. You've talked about the difficulty there, but Elise Hansen says, hey, I've got it, and I'm 6'2". So set point for Montevallo. An opportunity to take set 1. And back to serve is going to be Delaney Sisson.
Lee's receiving this in a 2-person serve receive here.
And it just floats wide. So 24-24, a difficult time for a service error. If you're Montevallo, you at least want to try to get that serve in to play the point out and give yourself a chance.
Absolutely.
Sydney Sharp back to serve, 24-24. Win by 2. And that ball off the left side, really well done. That was Katie Wilkerson. That was her 4th kill. Once again, set point for Montevallo. Butler with the tip. Montevallo has a chance to the middle. Butler with the block. Correction, that was Hawkless. And that's going to do it for set number 1 as Montevallo takes set number 1, 26-24. We're going to come right back here for the second set. Here, the Gulf South Conference Volleyball Championships on Flo College. Welcome back in to the Gulf South Conference Volleyball Championships right here on Flo College, being hosted by the University of West Florida in beautiful Pensacola, Florida. And Montevallo, the Falcons, take set 1. And what stood out to you there, Kara, as you look at it was a very closely played first set?
Yeah, I mean, I think both the teams played strong, and the setters did a really good job, distributing the ball across the board to all players. Both teams had excellent performance from their right sides. I really think the one big difference between these two teams was Montevallo's ability to connect successfully with the middle, and Lee struggling to find that connection between their middles, which made their offense a little bit more predictable, which is reflective in the stats. Montevallo had more kills in the first set than did Lee. Montevallo with 17, Lee only with 13. They're pretty neck to neck on service aces to service errors. Defense, it kind of just came down to connecting better and having more production offensively.
Statistically speaking, when you lead statistically in digs, does that normally represent more opportunities to put points away?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was a category that Montevallo did lead in the first set as they dropped the first point of the second set with a service error. And Lee University will go to work trying to knock this one up at 1 apiece. That ball is put into the net. Service error by Sarah Palumbo. And we are tied up at 1. Match 1 of 2 here in the quarterfinals. Lee University in white with the libero in red, and in the black and gold is Montevallo. Estefani Rabbit in the middle is blocked by Danielle Green and Blakely Robbins, and Green comes back, and the first team Gulf South Conference member puts it away for the second point here. 2-1 now. Montevallo leads it. So Liza Terrell is the server for Montevallo. That ball is blocked and it is in, and that was her name is I'm looking at the roster right now. She's the lefty, Lippert, that leads. My apologies, I drew a blank, but Lippert off the left side. She had been over on the right side. That's what threw me off a little bit. So 3-2 now, Montevallo leads it. Estefani Rabbit back to serve. What a weapon she is for Lee. And Montevallo is going to win the point. Now here's the question. The line judge was waving the flag. Does that indicate that it went around the out pole?
If he was pointing at the flag, pointing at the pins and waving his flag, he's indicating that it went out, but he can be overruled by the up official. Okay,
so that must have been what happened there. And that went off of Robin's head. And Lee now trails 4-3. I think that he actually waved it twice.
I was getting confused. All throughout the play, he's waving the flag. He's just not being acknowledged by the up official. Plays continuing. Players were confused. It ended with the point to one of these teams. Next ball.
So Lee University now serving. McCorley on the right side. And a big kill by Peyton Danley. 6-foot sophomore out of Buford, Georgia, for the Flames. And that was an excellently set ball by Sydney Sharp, who is now back serving as well. Oh, double block, and boy, that was Elise Hansen and Maggie McCauley combining on that block on the right side, as the Falcons now lead at 5-4. And a lot of in and out, and the strategy is to always keep your rotations favorable to both the front line and the server. Tip ball, left side. Looked like there was a player in the net. Again, a no call.
Yeah, she got away with it. Number 15 for Montevallo. Wilkerson did catch that net, but the officials didn't see it. Point Falcons. They're leading 6-4.
That's why you have to keep playing. Can't stop. Montevallo got the advantage on that one. Previously with the out call, they thought maybe it went to Lee, so it favors it. Ebbs and flows, doesn't favor one team or the other generally more than another, as that serve is out. Montevallo now leads 6-5.
Yeah, O'Quinn not happy with her team right now. That's at least their third service error. The Flames only have 5, 3 of which were given to them by Montevallo.
So Lee now serving. Middle, and boy, great job. That was Wilkerson coming in the middle. Well set. And point put away, 7-5 Falcons. Meme Beatty set to serve for Montevallo. Well-placed serve, going to create a opportunity now. Oh, and what a great job. It was deflected. Nice job making something out of nothing by Lee University.
Yeah, you know, that swing by their outside hitter, she swung high hands. And when you swing high hands, you get that ball off the tip of the blocker's fingers, and it's really hard to track that one down.
So much strategy. You see just the powerful hitting, but there's a lot more to it than that. The placement, where you're hitting it, around, over.
Absolutely. Perfect pass by Montevallo.
What a dig. That was Izzy Denton keeping that alive for Lee. Into the block, and boy, again, Estefani Rabbit at 6'3", and Peyton Danley at 6 feet tall. You talked about it earlier. Tough to hit around that double block.
Yeah, and that set was really low. Wilkerson did a good job just getting it over the net. She was kind of cramped. But
Izzy Denton on to serve now, and that is out.
We are seeing a lot of service errors by both of these teams.
It's 5 apiece now through a set and a third. So certainly more than each coach would want to see. Elise Hansen going to try to get things figured out from the service line for Montevallo. And that put away, that was between the block and the net.
Yeah, it's also called a tool, whether it comes down the front of the blockers or to the sides of them. Montevallo had the block closed. They just didn't penetrate their hands over the net enough, and it came down the front of them for a point for the Flames.
Sarah Palumbo on the kill. That was her 5th to lead Lee in this match. Oh, we've seen that twice now where the block has gone all the way back to the back corner. That's the power that Lippert is hitting with, but it's also the success of the block. 9-8, Montevallo leads. Blakely Robbins will go back to serve. Boy, that was an amazing dig by Ava Wind, but Lee stuck with it, wins the point. We're seeing some incredible defense. Sarah Palumbo back to serve for Lee. Knotted at 9. Line drive serve. Robbins unable to handle it. 10-9 for Lee University. Only 4 service aces, 3 by Estefani Rabbit for Lee, and 1 by Terrell for Montevallo so far. That was beautifully played.
Yeah, we haven't seen that play so far this afternoon by Montevallo, but it definitely tricked the defense and was an effective one. I would think we're going to see that again.
Well timed. We just talked about Eliza Terrell with her 1 ace for Montevallo. She puts that one away and goes back to the service line, 10-10. That is in. Jasmine Terry, 5'10" freshman out of Irondale, Alabama, puts it away on the left side. I think that's the first time we've called her name this afternoon.
That was a tough shot. She put it right between the left front and left back defender.
What is it about Estefani Rabbit's serve that makes it so difficult to handle?
Well, it's low and flat, and it just moves with the velocity. You know, She serves it just typically right over the tape of the net, and it's hard.
Right on cue, her 4th ace. As 12-10 now, Lee leads set 2. Montevallo won set 1, 26-24. Free ball coming from Montevallo. Robbins goes to Green, but Rabbit right there. And coming in and making her presence felt is Jasmine Terry with her 2nd kill in the short time she's been in the match, and that's going to lead to a quick timeout call. We'll take it with them. The Gulf South Conference Volleyball Championships right here on Flow College. We'll be right back.
Caldwell Architects brings creative and thoughtful design solutions to the conception and development of every project. As active members of our community, we understand the important role that buildings and spaces play and the people whose lives are impacted by every project we do. Caldwell Architects delivers state-of-the-art, efficient, and effective designs to solve real-world challenges. Let us help make your vision a success.
Welcome back in. We come out of the timeout as Lee University is on a 3-0 run here, leading now 13-10 in set 2. Kara, what kind of adjustments have you seen out of Lee? Obviously, the addition of Jasmine Terry has been big in this set. What else are you seeing out of the Flames?
I think you nailed it.
Estefan Rabbit. And that ball is wide and no tip, so another point. 4-0 run. There's some interesting celebrations going on after these points by both of these groups. Rabbit serving again. Another good serve. Nice block set up.
Yeah, Montevallo really needed that point. As tough as a serve as Rabbit has, she could have gone on the run and gotten in their head, but that didn't happen. So here we are, 11-14, Montevallo with serve.
Danielle Green and Maymay Beatty on the block for Montevallo, but there is the power of Lippert. That's the reason she leads this group in kills, and she puts that one away. That's that right side hit by a left-handed player. And Lee back to serve, 15-11, Sydney Sharp. Great serve, low, just kept dipping, and 16-11 now, Lee University leads it.
Lee definitely has the momentum right here. Montevallo needing to get a good pass to the setter. There it is.
And that is called in, and right on cue, you talked about the pass, and that was Thumb Nguyen doing a great job from that back row, making that initial pass, helping Montevallo get to an aggressive point and eventually to a kill. 16-12 now. Lee University leads it. Quick set in the middle, nicely dug. And put away over on the left side by Wilkerson. And if you're Montevallo, that really is the story for you, is the ability to dig it by Ava Nguyen and then putting it away, Wilkerson. This time the middle comes through, and I believe that was Peyton Danley who powered it through in the middle. And Lee now leads 17-13. Jesse Reese back to serve. Wow, Wilkerson, she's starting to feel it a little bit.
You know, that goes back to the pass. That pass was perfect. It allowed the setter to really put up a beautiful ball, and Montevallo put it away.
Maymay Beatty back to serve now. 17-14, Lee leads it. Oh, what a placement on that tip.
An excellent tip.
Very cerebral.
Yeah.
Previous point, the kill was on power. This time, that was Peyton Danley with the cerebral play, tipping it to the back corner. Izzy Denton now to serve for Lee, who leads at 18-14, and she sails that one long. So a gift to Montevallo with the service error.
This would be a great time for Montevallo to close the gap, not waiting towards the end of the game here.
Elise Hansen will try to get it started from the service line.
She has a great serve.
Right side, Danley. Nice job dinging it by Sisson. And another block that goes to the back line. That's Danielle Green and Eliza Terrell combining for that block. And you see the power that the ball's coming with when the ball flies back that far. Hansen once again at the service line. 18-16 now. Lee leads set number 2. That was Sarah Palumbo, and seemed to have caught maybe Hansen back there a little flat-footed.
Yeah. I was still admiring her serve, so I can see why she'd be flat-footed, because the serve she just put across that net was incredible. I hate that they lost that point, but the Flames are leading now 19-16.
It was a very nice serve.
It was beautiful.
And here comes Bara Sawyer with the serve for the Flames. Green.
Woo!
That's how you set the middle, right?
That is how you set the
That's
middle.
the timing you've been looking for?
That is it. And that might have been at the height of her jump, and she sent that ball straight down. Nobody can touch that. Great job by Montevallo.
That was Delaney Sisson with that set. And Danielle Green with the finish. And now Blakely Robbins comes in with Montevallo trailing by 2. And she will serve. Very nice serve. Both teams, I guess because of the way it's being played, but really attacking the middle.
Yeah. And Montevallo's doing a great job. They're behind, but they are really attacking from the service line, which is really impressive, because teams, when they're behind, they tend to pull back a little bit from the service line, but this is how you win, and they've closed the gap by 1 point.
Not getting conservative, are they? Oh,
no.
That was a free ball to Terrell. She looked like she had the opportunity to put it away, and it just snuck between her and the net.
I'm not sure what happened on the floor, but somebody's getting carded.
Okay. They're going to give an explanation here to Coach Fobb. There is a yellow card, and for our audience, explain the importance of the yellow card.
Well, it's just a warning. It can be to a player, it can be to a coach, but you definitely don't want to go beyond a yellow.
What would you anticipate that was for?
Maybe something that was said to the other team. I really don't know. I couldn't tell from here, but I know that the reaction from the down ref was not good.
Just long was that one. It wasn't long by much. 20-19 now. Lee University leads it. And Eliza Terrell back to serve.
I'm guessing maybe something unsportsmanlike potentially, but we'll see. We'll find out.
Terrell with the serve. And excellently handled by Montevallo. A chance to put it away, but that chance is quickly taken away as the combination of Estefani Rabbit and Jasmine Terry, who's having herself a second set, combined for the block. Now Estefani Rabbit back to serve for Lee University. There's that serve you've been talking about. It's hard, flat. And she's back in the back row playing defense as well. It's a free one. Terry. I believe that was Terry. Jasmine Terry puts it away, her third kill here of the second set. And it's going to be a timeout. Montevallo, who trails now 22-19. We'll take it with them. You are watching the Gulf South Conference Championships right here on Flow College. Welcome back to the Field House on the campus of the University of West Florida. And Kara, during the break there, we were talking about just the addition, the implementation of Jasmine Terry and her effectiveness in set 2.
Yeah, I mean, she's hitting 750. Those are figures you typically don't see out of an outside hitter, that kind of performance. She's had 3 kills and no errors out of 4 attempts.
So Estefani Rabbit now to serve. Danielle Green with the tip. And right on cue, kill number 4. And it's set point for Lee University. Now lead at 24-19. Or maybe it's still 23-19, or I had it wrong. 23-19. Rabbit with the serve. Robbins to Green. Green powers it down, and Montevallo doesn't want to go away in this second set just yet as Ava Wind now comes in. The libero for Montevallo will serve. And big point for Montevallo as they battle back here. A little confusion there for Lee. Wind. Some conversation now taking place once again by Coach Fobb and our referee crew as play has stopped. And listen, could that be a coaching strategy as quickly Montevallo takes 2 points in a row?
I have no idea what she was asking about or talking about it, but definitely slowed the momentum down for Montevallo.
So Wind now with the serve. And that's going to be out. If it was strategy, it worked as it settled Lee University down, and now they are with set point. And Montevallo will try to get a side out to keep set 2 alive. They took set 1, 26-24 did Montevallo. Left side, nicely dug. Denton. Now Terry fires it into the block, and boy, strong block by Hanson and McCauley, and it's 24-22. That's a combination of Hanson at 6'2" and McCauley at 5'10". Delaney Sisson now will serve for Montevallo, who's trying to stave off another set point. And that one is put away and will conclude the set as Peyton Danley puts it away. So Lee University knots things up at a set apiece, 25-22. We'll come back right here on Flow College with set number 3 here of quarterfinal number 1 of the Gulf South Conference Volleyball Championships. And welcome back in to the Volleyball Championships Gulf South Conference here on the campus of University of West Florida. Josh Norman alongside Kara Rogers. And Kara, we're knotted up at a set apiece. What changes did Lee make there to take set 2? And what does Montevallo have to do here to get back in the win column in set 3?
You know, I mean, I think we talked in the last set that the performance by Terry really up-leveled Lee. It diversified their offense. I think if Lee just got the ball distributed a little bit more to Stefani Rabbit, Lee would be a force. They outperformed Montevallo offensively. They hit a higher hitting percentage collectively as a team. They hit a 294 to Montevallo's 241.
So these two teams previously met in September. It was 3-1 in favor of Montevallo. And in October, it was 3-0 in favor of Lee. So neither of their appearances or their matchups so far this year have gone past 4 sets. We'll see if we're in for 4 or 5 in this one, as Lee will start with the serve here in set 3. McCauley hits it between the block, and that will put Montevallo on the board to start this one. And the first server for Montevallo will be Eliza Terrell. She has an ace already, dumps that one in the net, and it's 1-1. Coming up next, we'll have the 3 seed of the University of Alabama Huntsville, and they'll take on the 7 seed, Christian Brothers, in our second quarterfinal. McCorley on the right side. That one's wide and long, so 2-1 now. Lee leads it, and you've got to believe the combination of the block. When you have Jasmine Terry, Sophia Lippert, and Estefani Rabbit all on the front line, that's got to be an intimidating block.
I wouldn't want to hit against it. Service ace.
Right on the line, and a little dance by that Sarah Palumbo. She has a little ace dance. I don't know what we would call that dance. Maybe we'll just call it the Palumbo.
I like that.
All right, so it's 3-1 now. Green. Rabbit floats it just wide.
Man, Izzy Denton had one heck of a dig in that play.
When you think about having an athlete like Danielle Green, how hard is it to set her?
I think it's harder to defend her.
Okay.
Setting her, they pretty much have that in the bag. They found that rhythm. But for the defense, when the player's up that high, they can put that ball wherever they want, and you're in trouble if there's a connection.
Yes. Yes. 4-2, Lee University. There's a movie reference to that, and I'm going to think of it here in a second. I believe it was Ben Stiller's Meet the Parents. There's a scene where there's a volleyball match, and someone takes a hit directly to the eye. And I think about, if I were out there, would I want to take a Danielle Green kill to the eye? I'm going to say no.
You know, it's not going to feel good. It's not a baseball, but you're definitely going to feel it if that volleyball hits you in the head.
Lee University leads set 3, 4-3. Sisson back to serve for Montevallo. Nice serve. Well dug. And boy, I tell you, she's tough as Lippert with that left hand, the southpaw, putting it away. That was her 8th kill of the match. Lippert to lead Lee. 5-3. Wonderfully set ball. Sydney Sharp puts it right to Peyton Danley, who puts it away. Lee now leads 6-3. Seems right now that Lee has a little bit more of an advantage on finishing points.
Yeah, they're in rhythm a little bit better as a team.
Montevallo strong with the block. Denton has been really impressive for Lee defensively.
Yeah.
Phenomenal on the defensive side. Meme Beatty now serving for Montevallo. Another block. Coming up big, Elise Hansen.
Yeah, that's 2 plays in a row where Lee's outside hitters are having to attack the ball from the 10-foot line, which is a pretty difficult attack. This one got blocked, the one before in the net, so.
Meme Beatty serving down 6-5. That one sails long. Same approach you just talked about.
Yeah, the set's just a little too far off the net. It's making it challenging for the Flames attackers.
Montevallo trying to continue the run. Deep serve. Denton handles it. And Terry puts it away. Boy, the job to get the ball in place there was really well done.
Yeah, and that's a really hard ball for our right-hander to watch it come really, really high over the shoulder like that and wait and time it. Like, she executed it incredibly, but I was holding my breath. Wasn't sure how that was going to turn out.
7-6, Lee University leads it. Battle at the net, won by Wilkerson for Montevallo, and we're tied up once again. Both sets have been close. You would expect that in postseason play. 2 teams in the quarterfinals battling to win a spot in the semifinals against the host team, the University of West Florida. Hansen serve into the net. Service error. That is the 7th. Both teams with 7 service errors so far in the match.
That is the 2nd service error of this 3rd set for Montevallo.
Izzy Denton now to serve for Lee, who lead 8-7. Middle set, that ball, it can be reviewed.
I definitely think they got the call right. It was just a little long on the 2 ball.
There's going to be a coach's challenge, I believe. Yep, coach is going to challenge it. Now, I got confirmation before the match. There are 3 cameras. There are 2 cameras, 1 down each line, and then you have the center camera that the replay officials can have access to. We, unfortunately, do not have access to those cameras at the moment, so we really can't tell you what we think other than just what we thought in real time.
Well, you're 2 chairs closer to that line, so what do you think?
My call was in.
Was it?
It looked to me like it hit the line. I am not directly on that line, but I'm center right, if you will, towards what is right now the Lee side. We're up about midway through the stands, and it looked to me like that ball rolled and dropped. It had enough topspin and landed on the line.
Yeah.
As with any coach's challenge, that's been irrefutable evidence. The call on the court was that it was out. So they have to be able to have a shot that shows them definitively that it did go in. So that will be what's happening now, and we will wait for the final ruling. And as we do that, we'll talk about the next matchup between Alabama Huntsville and Christian Brothers. Christian Brothers, who defeated Valdosta State, the 6th seed. Christian Brothers defeated them 3-0 in a very entertaining match, 25-22, 28-26, and 25-17. Will now take on the 3 seed Alabama Huntsville at 6:30 right here at West Florida, and it should be an exciting match. The challenge.
You were right. It was in.
It was in, and that will reverse the call Montevallo's way. So a well-challenged play by O'Quinn, the head coach for Montevallo. You always like to be right in those situations if you're a coach.
Yeah, I don't think O'Quinn would have challenged if she didn't. She wasn't pretty sure it was in. So
8-8. We are tied up now. Blakely Robbins back to serve. And we'll see what kind of momentum or impact that particular point had. It also gave both teams an opportunity to discuss their game plan. That set, to me, looked low again.
It was low.
And they continue to have some timing. But when you're Estefani Rabbit, you can make something out of nothing, and she just did right there.
She's strong enough to have a kill with the forearm. Not many people can do that.
So it's 9-8. Barra Soiler now to serve for Lee University. Robbins right around the net. Oh, that was an unbelievable play. We were talking about Danielle Green's athleticism. She went up expecting to hit to the right with the right hand, hung in the air, and tipped it with the left.
Yeah, great effort by the setter as well. The pass was tight, which caused the misconnection, but excellent performance by the Falcons.
9-9. Green this time off the block, powers it through, and it's now 10-9. And that seems to be a partnership that's working. Robbins to Green, now 2 times in a row with success. Terrell serving for Montevallo, who now leads 10-9. Palumbo on that right side. That ball had a lot of spin on it. Probably an indicator that it didn't come off her hand flush. But it still worked. Sarah Palumbo with the kill, and now she will go back to serve with this one tied at 10. Oh, tough serve. Kind of reminded me of Rabbit serve that you were talking about. Close to the net, diving down.
Absolutely. There's a few servers that Lee has that really packs a punch with that low-driven serve to the tape.
Now, for those of you that don't know, Kara herself played collegiate volleyball, and was your serve like that when you played?
You know, I had a line drive serve like that for sure. I played in the GSC against all these teams, so this is a little blast from the past to be here with y'all
for the W.
Yes.
In, let's see here, Columbus, the Golden Triangle of Mississippi. And that one is put away by McCorley. That's where a pass got away from Lee. And now it is 12-11. The Falcons lead it. Lippert there with the left hand, well set. And she puts it away. Now with 9 kills, hitting just under 300. If she were a Major League Baseball player, that would get her millions of dollars. Estefani Rabbit now to serve. Good deep serve. That's off Wynn's hands. And once again, the effectiveness of Estefani Rabbit does not just happen at the net, but from the service line as well. Also has played terrific defense here through 2.5 sets. It's a back and forth set. 13-12 now. Lee leads it. Wynn handles this one well. Over to the right side to McCorley. Into the block. The combo of Terry and Hockless deny McCorley, and that's going to bring a timeout. We'll take it with them. This is setting up to be an exciting match as 14-12, the Flames lead it. We'll be back right here on Flow College. McCauley.
Caldwell Architects brings creative and thoughtful design solutions to the conception and development of every project. As active members of our community, we understand the important role that buildings and spaces play and the people whose lives are impacted by every project we do. Caldwell Architects delivers state-of-the-art, efficient, and effective designs to solve real-world challenges. Let us help make your vision a success.
Welcome back in. Set number 3 of quarterfinal number 1 here in the Gulf South Conference Volleyball Championships. Lee leads at 14-12. And we were talking about how McCauley from Montevallo has been set the most so far today. As, that ball just barely stays on Lee University's side. It's 14-13, and she primarily is a right side hitter, is McCauley.
Okay.
Not sure what that meant other than she just generally hits it from the right side. Maybe there's strategy there, maybe there's not. As Delaney Sisson now will serve for Montevallo. Terry off the block of May Beatty. Sharp and Dancy come in for Lee. And Sharp will be the server. Up 15-13 here in set 3. That one handcuffed Wynn. Unable to handle it. 16-13 on a service winner by Sharp. The serve has been a big advantage so far for Lee. 9 service aces to 2 for Montevallo. Well dug by Denton. Terry puts it away. The defense of Denton, the offense of Terry, and Lee now leads it 17-13. And much needed by Hanson off the block as Montevallo stops the momentum that Lee had been developing. And Beatty will now try to increase the point total from the service line. Free ball. Ooh, and that's one that Denton's going to want back.
Yes. She might not ever do that again in her life. That was just a fluke there.
She has been sure-handed all afternoon for Lee University. Beatty set to do it again for Montevallo. Another good serve. Boy, Jasmine Terry fires that one down the middle.
She's just been absolutely unstoppable.
I don't think she played in the first set. I don't remember calling her name in the first set.
No, she's leading her team with the 545 hitting percentage, 8 kills, second highest in kills for Lee, next to Lippert at 9.
And here is the serve from Burr. And Lee extending the lead now to 19-15. A dangerous time here if you're Montevallo, potentially letting this set get away. Michaela Burr. And that one is put away. Sarah Palumbo. And that's going to bring a timeout, Montevallo. They trail 20-15 here in set 3. All the momentum is on the side of Lee. We'll be back with more third set action here in just a moment.
We
Welcome back. Lee University leads set 3, 20-15. Here in quarterfinal number 1 of the Gulf South Conference Volleyball Championships right here on Flow College. Josh Norman and Kara Rogers. Delighted to be bringing all of the action today to you. Winner of this match will face off against the University of West Florida tomorrow. Burr with another nice serve. Wilkerson tips down the line. Oh, and Denton, as she has been doing all match, with an unbelievable save.
You know, when you see a team make that kind of diving effort that's just incredible, you kind of just want them to win the play, you know. They did, but it's like, oh, you can't lay out like that and then lose the points.
Hawkless put it away for him. It's now a 6-point advantage for Lee here in set 3. And Burr continues to serve for Lee. Denton again keeping it alive. Tip, and she's there again. What a performance here as Izzy Denton has controlled this second set.
We're just going to call it the Denton show. I mean, you think the ball's down, but out of nowhere comes Denton. The play's still going.
Phenomenal effort by Izzy Denton. 22-15, Lee University now leads it. Burr serve. Guess who? Digs it again. And block, but boy, seems like Lee is everywhere. And Peyton Danley makes a little bit of something out of nothing, hitting it off the block. And the energy right now, all is to Lee University.
Yeah, I'm just still in shock over Izzy Denton. She's a senior from Katy, Texas. She's playing like a senior today.
Certainly as coaches, that's what you expect from your seniors. And 2 points away from set number 3. Now only 1 point as that one sails wide. It's 24-15. Lee leads it. And they are looking to put away set number 3. Burr continues to serve. She has had a successful run here as the server for Lee. That one almost dug once again, but put away by Wilkerson. And Montevallo lives to see another point here in the third set.
Danielle Green entering the game for Montevallo here at the end.
Hanson back to serve. It did seem like it's been a little while since we've called her name or seen her. That pass was outside of the reach of the setter, Sydney Sharp. She does the best she can to put it up there, but nothing happening, and it's a couple points in a row now for Montevallo, 24-17. Lee leads it. Palumbo. It's going to be tipped, and that's going to do it for set 3. Lee University 25, Montevallo 17. Lee now leads 2-1. We'll be back with the fourth set. Will that finish it, or will we have 5 in us? We'll find out here in just a few minutes. You're watching the Gulf South Conference Volleyball Championships right here on Flow College. Welcome back in. Gulf South Conference Volleyball Championships right here on Flo College. Josh Norman, Kara Rogers, delighted to be bringing you this quarterfinal matchup where Lee University now leads 2-1. And I was reading in between an interesting note that their staff put out, did Lee University, on Fridays. So far this year, Lee University is 6-6. So they are 500 in matches played on Friday. The only other day of the week that they have a winning record, or potentially could, would be on Tuesdays, where they are 4-2.
Interesting.
Yeah, those are always interesting analytical things. You wonder about all the things these student athletes face throughout their day, whether it's class, whether it's training, practice, obviously strength and conditioning. Not necessarily anything there, but hey, it's always something unique that these wonderful staffs at both universities put out all the information as we lead up to these contests. Blakely Robbins will start off for Montevallo, looking to tie it up at 2 sets apiece. Lee trying to close it out in 4.
Unusual misconnect there for Palumbo. She went with the off speed and just rolled it into the net, giving the Falcons the first point of set 4.
Blakely Robbins with the serve. Good serve. It's low and in the middle. Oh, and that's not something you see every day. Estefani Rabbit blocked. That was Elise Hansen and Maggie McCauley on that block in the middle, and it's 2-0 Montevallo. And certainly something Haven O'Quinn would hope for is early momentum here in this third set, as that point will go to Lee University because Lee closed this is the fourth set. Lee closed the third set with a flurry.
Yeah, pretty decisively.
2-1 now. Montevallo leads it. Very close statistically. Lee has the advantage certainly in the service area and have done a little bit better job putting it away. Excellent dig. McCauley off the block. Terry now left side, and she puts it down. And that was with very little approach for Jasmine Terry.
Yeah. Not much of an approach, big swing. She's just a freshman.
That's a phenomenal freshman right there. 2-2. McCauley on the left side, off the block. Going to do it again in the middle. And Hansen finishes it off in the middle for Montevallo. Nice connection there by Robbins and Hansen. And it's 3-2 now. The Falcons lead it. Meme Beatty serving for the Falcons. Lippert, tip, well handled. We've talked about Denton for Lee. Ava Wynn says, don't forget about me when it comes to defense. Estefani Rabbit with the serve. Terry handles it. And Lippert puts it away. 5'10" senior is Lippert. 4-3 now. Lee leads it. And Estefani Rabbit, who has been very successful from the service line already here through 3 sets, continues her run. That was a well-placed serve down the line. Free ball for Lee. And Lippert goes cross court. Well placed. Volleyball is certainly a rhythmic sport.
Absolutely.
And Lee seems to be a better rhythm team right now.
Yeah, they fell into a rhythm in that last set, and they're maintaining it here. It's real fluid. Balls get distributed well across the board.
So, if I'm correct, now Estefani Rabbit has a kill, an assist off that set, and service ace. So she's scoring at each level?
Pretty much. Not all in the same play, but yes.
Yeah, she would have to set herself to do that, right?
Well,
she would have to
if
serve
it
it.
was a service ace, no one else would get the ball.
There
after
you
that,
go.
So.
She dumps that one in the net right after we talk about her effectiveness there. It goes into the net. And now Montevallo will take charge with Elise Hansen at the service line. 6-4. They're trailing. That one sells way long. Well long.
Another service error for Montevallo. That puts them at their eighth error for serving. But on the flip side, you have Lee with 8 service aces. Is that right? No, more than that. 10.
Yeah, 10 aces. 10 service errors for Lee to 9 aces. So you would call that, I guess, a -1 differential, whereas Montevallo, that's a wonderfully executed block. That's McCauley and Green on the right side. Needed point for Montevallo. Montevallo has 8 service errors to 2 aces, so -6 in the service game there. McCauley serves it. Danley gets a nice run up. Green powers it down. Excellent. Oh, and Blakely Robbins with a little trickery there from the setter spot.
Yeah, we finally saw the setter dump work. Not too many attempts at all in this match of that play.
7-6 now. Lee leads it. And that one's going to go wide. One of the few errors by Jasmine Terry since she's come in set 2. 7-7. McCauley from the service line. Really good pass. And that one's going to be long but tipped, so it's going to be in favor of Lee. Point to Lee, 8-7. Burr, who served things, had a nice streak there late in the third set for Lee, is now set to serve here, and she quickly deposits it deep. The 11th service error for Lee. I guess it's a risk-reward thing. If you have 11 service errors but you have 9 aces.
Yeah, coach isn't going to be too upset on a 1-to-1 exchange of service error to service ace. It's just when you have like an 8 and a 2, which is what Montevallo has.
Yeah, Montevallo with another service error. That's a good term, the service exchange. I like that. 9-2 now. Service errors to aces for Montevallo. 9-8, Lee leads it. And Denton, who has been masterful on the defensive side for Lee, back to serve. Robbins finds Green, who is dug, and a free ball. Oh, and that was blocked nicely as Peyton Danley. That was a one-on-one situation, and Danley won it.
When I saw the middle blocker hitter for Montevallo go up for that hit, I'm like, oh, it's over. Like, she was way up in the air, but Denton was there on the dig.
We've heard that a few times today. Denton's there on the dig. And we've seen this a few times, too, as Danielle Green raises up and blocks it back into the back part of the court. 10-9 now, Lee leads it. Both teams, big-time players stepping up when needed. And That's what you talked about earlier. A little too much distance between the block and the net.
That's right.
Danley able to put it down between the two, and the Flames now lead it 11-9 with Barra Soiler coming on to serve. And serve it well, she does. Drops it right in between all of the Falcons, and it's now 12-9, and that is now the 10th ace for Lee. Coming into this one, Sarah Palumbo actually led Lee in service aces as Estefani Rabbit puts it down. And a quick timeout called by Montevallo, who trail 13-9 here in set 4. We'll take it with them. More from the Gulf South Conference Volleyball Championships right here on Flow College.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
Welcome back in. A dangerous spot if you're Montevallo, and O'Quinn trying to get them settled down, trailing 13-9 in set 4.
It is now time to push for Montevallo. They really need to close this gap so that Lee doesn't sweep it away here.
Soiler back to serve. Had an ace her last serve.
Excellent pass.
And off the block for Montevallo, 13-10. Blakely Robbins now to serve for Montevallo, who are trying to win set 4 to stay in this match in hopes of their season staying alive. Palumbo with the tip. Oh, and somehow Montevallo able to get that ball over, and then the lefty Lippert puts it away. Jasmine Terry quickly on to replace Burr. And 14-10 with the ace leader for Lee on the season, Sarah Palumbo, now serving. And McCauley puts that one down from the left side.
McCauley had a little help from that net when that ball just starts to roll over the tape and clip the inside of the court.
Changes the timing, doesn't it?
Yep, it's like a 7th player helping you out there.
May Beatty will now come to serve down 14-11 here in set 4. And wow, what a dig by Beatty on a hammer by Terry. And that's going to be a double touch, I believe.
Yeah, that's a double.
Okay, so 15-11.
O'Quinn is disputing something else.
Okay, so is there a challenge here?
I'm not sure.
I believe she's challenging something. And the only thing I can think of is, did Lee potentially have 4 touches?
I have no idea if it's 4 touches, if it was a player in the net. I don't know what she's saying. I don't even know what is you can challenge, honestly, in the replay for college volleyball. Do you?
I don't know all the specifics as far as what is challengeable and not. I do obviously know that any out of bounds, and I believe 4 touches would be a challengeable call. I know that a tip is not a challengeable call, or in the net. You can't challenge those. I would think that she's challenging potentially that it was 4 touches. We'll see if we can get some clarification on what the challenge is. In the meantime, it's a much-needed timeout for Montevallo, who's trailing 15-11 with their season on the line.
Yeah, they've got themselves in a spot here, down by 4, and they're, down 2 sets. So this is an important call for O'Quinn. If she saw something that's challengeable, she did it successfully already in the match. It could be a shift. It would definitely close the gap on the points here, and she was successful. I think they called a player in the net. I got a signal. It looked like 12 or 21. The down ref held up numbers. So unless that was, I'm assuming it's a player in the net.
Okay. Well, there we have it.
I'm
so
guessing.
That's a big swing for Montevallo. And it's 14-12 now. Lee leads, and Coach O'Quinn is successful on another challenge. Terry sends that one wide. 14-13. We'll see again, is that a momentum situation that Montevallo needed? Not only did they win the challenge, they also got some time to settle down as well.
Yeah.
So Maymay Beatty serving. And that block, the combination once again of Hansen and McCauley, send that one back, and it's 14-14. So little momentum for the Falcons now. Beatty's been effective from the service line. Lippert dug nicely by Robbins. Back row. Block again. 3 ball for Montevallo, an opportunity. Block again. Great rally. Terry trying it again. Oh, and she puts it away. She is so good at what I would call improvising to be able to meet wherever the set is and not having to have maybe a traditional approach.
Yeah, absolutely. And she can be difficult to read. She jumps high and she's got hang time. So that can be a little troublesome for a defender.
15-14. And not to be outdone, Eliza Terrell puts it away to tie things up.
One of the things we've seen by Montevallo that's closed the gap for them in performance is they're playing a much better defense in this 4th set here.
Defense led by Denton is really what won Lee that 3rd set. And there's a service ace by Hansen. And it's now 16-15. The Falcons have taken the lead.
Yeah, I wouldn't have predicted that. Lee had a pretty strong momentum coming into the challenge.
Coach Bob wants to talk about it. We'll step away. You're watching the Gulf South Conference Volleyball Championships right here on Flow College.
Navigating day-to-day activities while experiencing joint pain is tough. Andrews makes it better. Our team will create a plan of care just for you to help you regain mobility and reduce discomfort. From diagnosis to treatment to rehabilitation, let Andrews make it better.
If you're thirsting for It's Only Tuesday, that meeting should have been an email, and really need something to go your way level of refreshment, we definitely have that. When you're feeling the heat, Circle K makes your day.
I'm just being myself, cool as can be. When I'm being myself, you wish you were me.
It's so easy. Get out your own way.
Easy peasy, breezy, done. What's the point if it ain't no fun?
Welcome back in, and you know the momentum has shifted now to Montevallo, Kara, and they now lead at 16-15.
Well, it's getting exciting here. Hanson with an aggressive serve.
Lee wins that point, 16-16 now. This is what you would expect in a quarterfinal matchup. Both teams battling to move on to face West Florida tomorrow in the semifinals. Homestanding West Florida. McCauley with the excellent tip. The athleticism to stay out of the net and still tip that ball.
Yeah, that was impressive play by both teams.
Hitting percentages almost identical, 261 and 267. Service has been a huge advantage for Lee, and McCauley puts that one in the net for another service error. That's the 10th service error for Montevallo.
Montevallo does have number 8, Danielle Green, on the front row here as we're all tied up at 17s.
And that's a great point because a run happened in the third set where she was not on the floor at all. You certainly want your first team all Gulf South Conference player on the floor. Left side. Oh, powered down. They're saying it was tipped. And that was Eliza Terrell going down the line, getting the deflection. 18-17 Falcons. Block in the middle.
Triple block.
That one sails wide. 19-17 Falcons. That front block, Blakely Robbins, Danielle Green, and Katie Wilkerson giving some problems right now to Lee. Float serve is deep. Service error number 11 for Montevallo. Denton now will serve for Lee. Nice low serve in the middle. There's that setter dump.
We have not seen that from Lee, but she put it down at just the right opportunity to tie the game up.
Right time, right spot, 19-19. Another good serve. Back row. Blocked. Palumbo just gets it over. Robbins goes to the left. Wilkerson powers that between the block of Rabbit and Dancy. Saw the two blockers just off the net and just pushed it into the arms to drop straight down.
Yeah, that was pretty challenging because she was off the net. Challenging tip. Executed really well.
2019 Falcons. Rabbit. Quick set, powers it down from the middle spot, and we're knotted up at 20.
That might have been the best connection I've seen so far. The ball was high enough for her. She was able to really drive it down.
Excellent timing. And now Lee will have Barra Soiler on to serve. That block lands in. And the Flames lead it 21-20. Timeout called Montevallo. This is going to be a fun finish to the fourth set. Will we go to 5 or finish at 4? We'll find out right after this, right here on Flow College. Welcome back in. 21-20. Lee University leads set 4 here of this quarterfinal matchup in the Gulf South Conference Volleyball Championships right here on Flow College. Soiler continuing her serve. Montevallo trying to change the tide. Off the block. Free ball. And that ball is out. Lippert asking for a deflection, and there may be a challenge by Coach Fobb. There is going to be a challenge. Oh, there is a, yes, okay, coach's challenge, and they are wanting a deflection. The ball was called out, so in this situation, you were closer.
Yeah.
So what did you have?
You know, I have an official right in front of me. You know, Danny's up there on the stand. So I had a hard time being able to see the angle I'm at.
Okay.
If the ball came off the block. And that's what they're believing. Lee's believing that that ball came off the fingertips of the blockers.
So they're looking at multiple different angles. They can zoom in, and it sometimes can be just as simple as the finger bending.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they end up ruling. It's a big ruling either way as we're tied at 21. It's going to be a quick ruling as the down judge is going to come to us and let us know what she determines. Point Montevallo. So they're saying no tip.
Touch.
No touch. So that point stays with Montevallo. That would have shifted it to a 22-20 Lee advantage if that challenge would have gone against Montevallo. Instead, we're at 21-21. Blakely Robbins now back to serve. And just out. Nice job by Sarah Palumbo letting that one go. That had to have been a tough one to let go.
Yeah, and she was just pretty upset about that last call. She really thought that there was a touch on it. So let's see what she can do from the service line as her team leads 22-21.
Palumbo leads her team in aces. Nice serve. McCauley fires away. Blocked. And put away by Estefani Rabbit. 23-21, Lee leads it. And Lee now 1 point away from punching their ticket to the semifinals tomorrow at 4 p.m. against the host school, the University of West Florida. Sarah Palumbo at the service line. Appropriate that she is there for Lee. Second team all Gulf South Conference. And that ball is put down by the block of Estefani Rabbit and Sophia Lippert, and Lee University will advance, winning 3-1 over Montevallo and they will face none other than the host school, University of West Florida, at 4 p.m. tomorrow in the semifinals. Boy, Montevallo wins set 1, 3 straight for Lee. They just seemed to take over the momentum, and Montevallo couldn't get it back.
No, there was a moment there when O'Quinn challenged. They were down 11-14, and she challenged it, and they got up to tying them. I don't even know if there was a lead change there, but there was a moment there I was like, hey, this could end up going 5, but the momentum pretty much stayed back with Lee once they got going. Had a great, solid team performance from offense to defense, serving, ball distribution. It's going to be a tough match.
So Lee University will face off against the University of West Florida tomorrow at 4 p.m. in the semifinals. Coming up next here at the University of West Florida will be the University of Alabama, the 3 seed, Huntsville, University of Alabama Huntsville, the 3 seed, facing off against Christian Brothers in our second quarterfinal action. We'll have that all for you right here on Flow College. For Kara Rogers, I'm Josh Norman. All of those here bringing the Gulf South Conference Championship to you. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back for quarterfinal number 2 in just a few minutes.